2018 Ordinary Level Question 1. It's an orthographic projection question. So the figure shows a design for a toy space shuttle. The 3D graphic is also shown, which is up in the top right hand corner of the question. And we're asked to draw an elevation in the direction of arrow A. For part B, we're asked to draw a plan projected from the elevation. And for part C, insert any 4 dimensions. And they're just saying that they've included some hidden detail in the question for clarity. So what we're going to start with is we're asked to just draw 2 views, an elevation and a plan. And we're not asked to draw an end view, so we don't need to. So what I always do for these questions is I create a box that the entire thing will fit into first. So each view, so the elevation will all fit into one view, the plan will all fit into one view, so that I know everything fits on the page correctly. So the total height of the elevation, looking at the back left hand side of the shuttle there, so it's 50 plus 30, so total height is going to be 80. I just want to make sure that I have enough space, so if I do my XY line about there somewhere, I should have plenty of space. I'm just going to pick a point to start there. The total length of the object, we have to kind of do a good bit of adding up to get that. So we've got 10 and 15 and 15, so 25, 40, 100, 165. So we're going to measure 165 this way. So I'm going to create a box here that the elevation will fit into, so 165 across by 80 high. And that 80 is gone from the 50 and the 30 then for the kind of tail piece. Elevation will fit into that box. Our plan is going to go down underneath that. I'm going to just leave 15 millimeters space between the two. And that distance here, 15, that can be 20, it can be 10, whatever you normally do, as long as there's always a space between the two. The next part of it then is we need to take into account the box here, so the length of the object, so the distance side to side is going to be the same, it's the same object. We need to work out the distance for down this way, so we've got a wing, the body, and another wing to add on to this. Each wing appears to be 60. 60 on one side, 60 on the other side is 120, and then the width of the body is 30, so it's 150. So the plan is going to fit into this box then down here. So elevation fits into this box, plan fits into this box. We're asked to start with the elevation, so that's what I'm going to do first. And we're going to start by finding the main height for the body of it. We're given 2 bits of information. We're told that there's 50 up first for the main body, and then the tail is up the other 30. This is the 50. That's the main height of the body. And we're going to look at doing the back part of this here first, and then finding the different sections going along towards the front. This slopes here at the back. And we can see that in the question, so it's sloping 10 millimeters in. So down here at the bottom, 10 millimeters, join this up to the top, to the height of the 50. And that gives us the back part of the shuttle there. Solid line all the way across the bottom. And there are different sections on this. So we've got, and we'll have to come back to doing some of the wing later on, but we've got another 15 in here. I'm just going to put that mark there. 15 here, and then another 15 here. So 10, 15, 15 as given in the question. Then there's a 60. And then it's 65 up to the front. So I'm just going to draw light lines on these little parts here. Now there's a curve here at the front, which we're told is radius 25. So from this front point here, we're going to measure back 25 millimeters. And I'm going to draw a light vertical line up there, because wherever that curve comes around here, it's going to take off up at the angle up this way. Point for compass on the point there, pencil out towards the end, check that it's lining up correctly, and draw our arc in, radius 25 arc. And what that's going to do, that's going to have a straight line joining up to a point above that 60 mark. So our 60 mark is up here. So where the front of the wing is, directly up above that is this point, which we're told in the question. And we can join there to there. That gives us that sloping bit. And the line going back that way. So that's the main body, that's the fuselage done. Now we're going to look at the tail fin up here up on top. We're given 2 dimensions for that. We've already found the 30 height. We're going to step forward with this 45, finds the front of it. And then 20 up on top for the top bit. So up on our top line up here that we found at the start, out 20. Just the brightness there a bit. So those 2 lines join up along this way, and it's just vertical here at the back of it. That gives us the tail fin. So it's 45 from here to here, 20 there at the back. We're going to leave the wing until later on, until we've drawn it down in the plan, because it looks like there's a good bit going on in it. So we're going to find the central body here, this part here first, the fuselage piece. And we're given 2 bits of information. So we know the size of the wings, so they're 60 in this way, 30, and then if we've drawn our box correctly, there's 60 left over again. So this one and this line here. This is the main part of the fuselage. This is the main body of the space shuttle. That's what we're going to draw first. Each of these points, so anytime something changes direction up in the elevation, it's going to be a line down in the plan. So at this point here, change the direction, that's a solid line across this. Same for this corner up here, change in direction, so that's a solid line down here, projecting this straight down, solid line across that. For the tail fin, it's the same, so projecting that down. Now the tail fin isn't the full width, it's a third of the way, so it's 10, 10 and 10. So I can put this in here and 10 across the front there. Same for this point up on top, again changing directions. This one's going to come down along the line there and the line across the back. That's most of the fuselage, the main body of this drawn. I'm just going to do a line here at the front. Now, as we notice, we drew up here at the start, there's a line sloping at an angle, which gives us this edge down here at the bottom. Because that is an edge, we can't see it when we're looking down on top, we can't see it, but there is an edge there, which means we have hidden detail running across down here. So just a dotted line along this point, so directly underneath that there. That's the body pretty much done. Next, the final part of this then is to put on the 2 wings. So we're going to start by finding where the wings touch off the front of the body, and that's actually here and here, because we can see that in our question. See there's a little line straight coming down along there. That gives us the position for the front of the wing, so that's here and here. We've already located the outer parts of the wing, so they're back 60, so that's this point, and then further back to there. So the front of the wing is these 2 points, so the outside of the wing is here. That's the 15, so they gave us 10, 15 and 15, so those 2 15s here, they're the outer parts of the wing. They both join to the point directly underneath this one, so that's the front part of the wing there and here. And then the other part, to find the inner part of the wing, we have to look at where that joins to, and that's joining to a line. It's directly in line with the tail fin, so it's in line with this bit here. Okay, so we bring this down, and that joins to here. One, and same on the other side, this one here. And that gives us our position for the wings. So a little bit tricky to do. So what we can do now is we can kind of visualize this a little bit better. We're going to draw this up here. The height of the wing is up 20. That's given there in the middle of the question. And then that gives us the total height of that there. Marking the front. This point, that's the front of the wing. This is the tip of the wing, the front of it, tip of the wing at the back of it. And line drawn back along there. So the only thing that we're missing now is we've got this edge inside here. That needs to be drawn up in our elevation. Dotted line along here. And that's completing part B. Final part of this question is same as what it is for all these questions. We're adding on dimensions. So just extend your lines lightly. Measure out maybe 10 millimeters. And draw a line so it's a little bit darker than a construction line, a little bit lighter than a your visible line, arrow on each end, and you can put the number in the middle or just write it out to the side. So this is a dip width of 30. Do this one here, it's a radius, so radius out along that way. Arrow on the outside or 25. What else can we do? So we could say the distance from up here, again, light-ish line with our arrow. And that's 20. And we're asked to do 4 dimensions, so any other dimension then same way. So we could take this height here, so dimension line starting here, comes out a little bit further there. Space in the middle for the number. And that was up a height of 50. So that completes this question. It's the 2018 Ordinary Level question 1.